This is Kakaaki Social, and I'm Onoshiorena Obozeghie. First story today would be that wife of Nigeria's President Remi Tinubu has listed social media prosperity sermons by religious bodies to be what's fueling get-rich-quick syndrome in young people. In a video, she's advised that youth be reoriented on the need for patience.
But Nigeria is a country that is, the population, I don't think, is helping us. And especially with the resources we have to really teach people patience. The get-rich-quick syndrome that is really flying everywhere, even in our places of worship, prosperity preaching, and also it's not helping matters. So, and I think our young people have to be given a different reorientation of hard work, of patience. Even the Holy Book says you run the life's journey with patience. But everybody wants social media too is not helping. So some of us, we are from humble beginnings. We're able to push through, we're able to work hard.
All right, let's take you to the social media space for your thoughts on this development. Mezier says, the wife of the president forgot to add that the ostensious show of ill-gotten wealth by politicians in Nigeria constitutes towards fueling the get-rich-quick syndrome, which has increased the rate of ritual killings in the country. Buying a yacht the country doesn't need to show off that you got a yacht is one of such. Buying a private jet you really don't need to show off that you got a PJ is one of it. Also in reaction to this one on X is Ken, who says major causes of get rich quick. Number one, unemployment and poverty on parents to effectively manage family. Two, the political class living larger than life bastardization of the education sector. Number three, government and private institutions frustrating dreams, godfatherism, backdoor employment and empowerment. And yeah, in reaction to that one too, I had a user who had agreed that, yeah, it's something, a conversation that we need to have. Those classes that the First Lady, wife of the president, mentioned actually needed to be looked into. But let's move away from that to say that Nigerian politician and activist Najatu Mohammed says she will not apologize to the National Security Advisor, NSA, Nuhu Ribadu, over a TikTok video that she made that the NSA said was injurious to him. In the video, she accused the NSA of going back to his vomit by serving in the administration of President Bola Tinubu, whom he, that's NSA now, had accused of being one of the most corrupt politicians in the history of Nigeria. And that was when he was the chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. Now, NSA has strongly denied ever accusing Tinubu of being corrupt when he served as EFCC chairman, and then he demanded a retraction of that video and an apology from Najatu. But she says she maintains her stance on this matter. Let's see her latest video to this conversation.
While I acknowledge that Nuhu Ribadu might have forgotten or chosen to retract his comments from the past, I stand by my statement and do not believe an apology is warranted. Apology to whom exactly? To President Tinubu for the earlier comments made by his now National Security Advisor? Or apology to Nuhu Ribadu for his forgetfulness and master-serving mindset? I stand by my original statement and will not be retracting it. I have, over the past 48 hours, received multiple threats, calls informing me that you seek to send your attack dogs on me. It is so unfortunate that your attack dogs need to notify me before arresting me. If this is the new standard of operations of your attack dogs, Nigerians must stop wondering why known terrorists and bandits continue to evade arrest.
All right, so her last words, if you need to let me know that you're coming to arrest me, that explains exactly why terrorists are not being arrested, according to her right there. Read one says, they've renewed this one's payment. Was she not the one that came before election to tell us that Tinubu is not well at all, that they are patching for presidency? And then more thought and reaction. Amarachi says, Najatu Muhammad, you are in the right direction. All of them are barefaced. Stand your ground. I wish you were the president of Nigeria. You would perform better than these people in the helm of affair of Nigeria. And then also, Nebe Collins says, all of a sudden, all the northern elites that are not benefiting from the government are now complaining about bad government, but kept mute throughout Buhari's 8 years of backwardness. And yeah, Chris, he says, it's a family affair. You can settle it amicably. We don't need the drama. Please, we are hungry. Every malam with his kettle right there. So that's the business of Chris. Yeah, so the police public relations officer, Olumuyiwa Adejobi, addressed who knows, or I don't know, over the weekend regarding activism. Now, in a post on X, he said, activism is not a profession. Beware of any activist who doesn't have a profession. Now, this has expectedly been greeted with reactions from social media users, with many questioning the intent and timing of the statement. So this is Olumuyiwa on X, who says, activism is not a profession. Beware of any activist that doesn't have a profession. This is what he ended the weekend with, starting from a Friday post relay. Let's see people reacting to Prince Muyiwa1, which is his username on X. This user, Abia, says, extortion is not part of policing profession either. Beware of any policeman who extorts money from you for bail in the police station or for vehicle particulars on the highway. Also, reacting to him, Barrister Samuel says, it's disheartening to see such a misguided statement, Prince Muyiwa1. Activism is not only a noble pursuit, but a vital one that drives societal progress and change. To dismiss it as not a profession undermines the tireless effort of countless individuals fighting for justice, equality, and human rights. Professional activism is indeed a respected career path, essential for holding powerful institutions accountable. Rather than sowing distrust, we should recognize and support those who dedicate their lives to making the world a better place, and hashtag support activists. More thought will be from Mega Mixer, who says, I can imagine what Nigeria would have turned to in the hands of those who would rather extort, oppress, and repress the people instead of protecting them, if not for some activists. But final thought, and we have more stories, will be from Olufemi Ayodele, who says, well, he has a point. As an activist, your profession serves as a major tool that help you actualize your vision. The great fella, for instance, criticized the government and fought for the masses, mainly by passing messages through his music, both directly and indirectly. All right, let's now come to NIMSI, where the National Identity Management Commission, NIMSI, says it has identified over 6,000 Niger Republic nationals who are registered on its database with the National Identification Number, which is NIN. Now, this was as President Bola Tinubu directed an interministerial committee to ensure comprehensive data for the National Social Register for the Federal Government Social Investment Program, NSIF. Now, this was also trending because of this. Let's see a few thoughts before we continue today. Austin says, what is 1,000? So someone had said, do you mean 1,000 or 6,000 people, or you were actually referring to 100,000 people? Because he said that was pere in his words, small. But Austin is not asking him. He says, what is 100,000? We are talking over 3 million. You were mentioning 100K. So, yeah, MS Muhammad says, foreigner can obtain NIN once they followed due process. It's welcome development. What government would just do is to identify them as foreigners. This will enable the government to track them easily. Okay, Onye Woche Uchi says he wants to clean up the data of people he registered to be his citizens during election for voting. That's it from him. Monit says 6,000 is small. It's more than that. They will have accounts in all banks. They even have voter's card and driver's license. The most annoying thing is how they boast with it, undermine our country. Northerners use them during election and census. 70% of them are from neighboring countries. All right, let's have our final story for today, which would be that the Akwa Ibom State Police Command has given what it calls clarification into the viral video of their men with a pregnant motorist in that state. Now, the viral video was shared on Facebook by a user, Mayor Sylvester, who captioned it, "These are the kind of irresponsible characters recruited into the force. Imagine how a pregnant woman is being rough-handled. I just hope her baby is still alive." This is what the Itam police station in Akwa Ibom State has turned the third-party insurance into. But giving clarification over the weekend on X, the state's public relations officer right there, who is Ms. John, she said that what happened, or what we saw, is not actually what happened. And she says the said woman was supposed to have obeyed traffic rules, but she didn't. She says the clarification, the woman was lawfully stopped for contravening traffic regulations and for driving with expired vehicle particulars, and also without a valid third-party insurance at Idoro Road by Atiku Abubakar Way in Oyo. As standard procedure, a special constabulary officer was assigned to escort her vehicle to the designated police division. However, rather than proceeding as directed to the station, she first diverted to a park in Itam and later to another location within the same area with the officer in her car, where she suddenly raised a false alarm, endangering him. But for the timely intervention of police personnel around the area, the officer would have been subjected to mob action. And he says the public has to be clear on what really happened, that it was not the policeman first, but the woman was trying to dodge procedures, and that's what happened right there. All right, everyone. Thank you for being a part of Kakaaki Social this morning. I'm Onoshiorena Obozeghie. Please follow